Yes, guys, so this is where we are. It's Aubrey Barker Road and Mandela Avenue. That is the reserve between Aubrey Barker Road and Mandela Avenue. And we've just looked at Citizens Bank. Morning. What we're doing is actually heading towards the new Demerara Bridge entrance and the new East Coast Bypass Road at Eccles. So last time we were in this neck of the woods, or last time we looked at those two projects, I introduced some new concepts for 2025. All right, this is David Rose Street. All right, that's David Rose Street. That road now goes all the way to, that's David Rose Street. Goes all the way to Rome, passes straight through Houston, and it goes all the way to Rome. And that's the direction we'll be heading just now. But just wanted to give you the final view of this neck of the woods. That is these two buildings that we've been investigating today. And straight ahead, it's the traffic circle. Now it's a Saturday morning, so traffic is not as hectic as it usually is on a weekday. All right, Saturday morning is less busy, and we're heading east and then south. So what we want to do in the next couple of videos is to examine a continuation of the concepts we introduced in the last video, and we want to find the new entrance. We want to find the new entrance to the Demerara River Bridge. So that's what's coming up. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. For those of you who still live in this neck of the woods, South Ruimveldt Gardens, tell me what this building is. When I first started building it, I thought it might have been a storage and a sales unit building for Banks DIH, but that was just my guess. For those of you who know what it is, let me know in the comments. That's looking back at the junction. That's looking over at East Ruimveldt. Like I said, I've never really done a tour of East Ruimveldt, although a few people have asked me to give them a walk around. And some of the neighborhoods like Tuckville and Festival City, which are ahead, I haven't done them because of privacy concerns. But we will get to them once I solve that problem in the future. It usually means blurring the faces of people who are caught in the frame, right? So once I've worked out the technology to do that, it usually takes more time. And these videos are usually just point and shoot. You know, I simply, like I said, I don't make a script. I simply narrate them extemporaneously as I walk or run on my regular exercise. That's looking at the renovated school. Right, this is the school, North Ruimveldt Secondary School. North Ruimveldt Multilateral School has been renovated. They've added a roof. Remember, there was a fire that destroyed that building, that long building in the background. There was a fire. It was destroyed by fire during the pandemic. It has now been reconstructed, and they've actually added a roof to it because it was built like a prison. I don't know what it's like on the inside, but we will examine it closer in a future video. This is where we are. We are at the traffic circle. That is the so-called Jumbie Bird here at South Ruimveldt roundabout. And south of where we are right now is where we're headed. That is Heroes Highway. And we're going to head south on Heroes Highway to Eccles just to take a look at the progress on the construction of the East Coast Bypass Road. Remember the last time we were here, we looked at the East Coast Bypass Road and saw at the Oakle end the progress that had been made. And in this video, we want to see how far they've reached at the Eccles end, because Eccles is the point at which East Ruimveldt, Eccles is the point at which East Coast Bypass Road meets up with the Heroes Highway. That's Aubrey Barker Road. Let me see. I think I've shown you in the past. Right, that's Aubrey Barker Road West. We were on that road earlier. Take a look at that video, you'll see the new banks, or the new Citizens Bank building. And this is Aubrey Barker Road looking east. So that's east on Aubrey Barker Road. Has been a lot of development here. Right, there's been a lot of development here at East Ruimveldt as far as road construction. These are trucks heading, sand trucks heading into the city in various points east on Heroes Highway, and traffic moving away from us is headed south towards Temeri Airport. These are some of the buildings. Remember, these buildings were some of the first to be built in East Ruimveldt. That one I think is these two in fact are residential buildings, apartment buildings. Been around since the 1970s, I believe. What is new here is the power lines. These high tension power lines, that's new since I've been in this neck of the woods, since I visited. So it seems as if they've cleared up the area and they've added these high tension power lines. These are probably the lines that bring power from the power ship. Right, so these are probably the new high tension power lines that will bring power from the power ship. As you know, the government of Guyana has rented 2 power ships, basically ships on which diesel generators have been installed, and now they're mobile power supply, power delivery units. And in the last month or so since I was in this part of the town, this neck of the woods, they have added these high tension power lines, and I'm assuming that they are part of the infrastructure for power delivery from the ship, the new power ship. I don't know exactly the location of the power ship. It probably is somewhere on the Demerara River, and there will be power lines connected to the ship and used to deliver power. So these, I believe, are the new power lines. I will address the power situation in another video, but that would require me to talk about the gas to shore pipeline and the gas power generators, gas powered generators that will be operating using the natural gas from the oil wells. But we're going to address that in a future video. Just in passing, to note that these power lines have been installed recently, and they are most likely part of the infrastructure for delivering power to these residential neighborhoods. We're approaching Houston, so that's Houston. All right, so see, that's the sign that we are leaving South Ruimveldt and entering Houston. This is the Four Points Hotel. So that's the new Four Points Hotel. They have made some progress. They're now enclosing the building, and we're going to take a look at what has happened to 4 Points in a minute. But I just wanted to, in passing, identify what's going on here. These high tension power lines are being installed along this corridor to bring power into South Ruimveldt Garden. So that's new. They've put these power lines on the reserve. Now that is what the reserve is meant for, right? That's what these are the power lines that have been installed recently, and that's what the reserve is meant for. So when they started building on the reserve in South Ruimveldt Gardens, that is my concern, that some of these utilities, right, the utilities that are normally confined to the reserve, can no longer be built on the reserve because the government chose to turn over that land to residential use. But that's what's happening in this neck of the woods. I'm going to take a look at the new 4 Points Hotel in the next video. But here we are at the county line, the village line between South Ruimveldt Gardens and Houston. And this is Caneview Avenue. That's Caneview Avenue looking east. Caneview Avenue looking east. And that's Caneview Avenue looking west. Right, that's Caneview Avenue looking west. As you can see, tall structures. That is in fact a cell phone tower. Right, that tall structure is a cell phone tower for one of the telecommunication companies. But that's what's up, guys. That's what's happening in this neck of the woods. Just wanted to bring you up to date on what's happening here in South Ruimveldt Gardens. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world. And tell me what you think about the progress being made here in Georgetown, Guyana. Later!